What's good, boys? Today I'm going to talk about market structure shift. All right, so definitely before this video, you should have watched the break of structure video before. And so you do know, or you should know now, that a break of structure happens before a market structure shift, but a break of structure isn't really like reliable. It just happens hella often and we switch hella often, right? So, um, yeah, so a break of structure can switch direction very frequently, while a market structure shift really does not. It's really a stronger confluence. But yeah, that's really it. Now, there is only one difference between a break of structure and a market structure shift, right? So we talked about how a break of structure would just be breaking the most recent high or the most recent low, right? So what would a market structure shift be? A market structure shift is where we break a swing high or a swing low. Okay? So, for example, actually, no, I don't want to use this. This is fucking chop work. But a market structure shift is where we break a swing high or a swing low instead of just the most recent high and the most recent low. So, for example, a break of structure, right? So you can see we're bullish here and then we're bearish, right? Our break of structure would be where? It would be right here because this is the most recent low that we created. Bearish candle with a bullish candle, the lowest wick between them. This, if we got a break under this, this would be a break of structure, right? And then where would our break of or our market structure shift be? It would be at the swing low, which means like the move, the low of the move, which would be this wick. Unfortunately, right here, in this example, we got a break of structure and a market structure shift within the same candle, so I can't really talk too much. We don't break structure to the upside here because our most recent high would be right here, right? And clearly our market structure shift is actually in the same spot if we were to break to the upside, which we clearly don't. So then we're going down, blah, 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 right? And then at this point, we switch to the upside, right? Where would our break of structure be? Our break of structure would be right here, right? And we break structure right here. Now, where would our market structure shift be? Give you all a sec. It would actually be right here. So originally, your market structure shift would be all the way up here, right? Because you can see we just this is a swing high from this move. This would be the swing high to the swing low, right? But you can see right here that we made this swing low and we made a new swing high right here. So our market structure shift would be right here, which you see we get with this candle. So that's what I meant by market structure shift. You would get a later entry, but we can, and obviously this does work on every single time frame. So let me go to the 1 minute because the 1 minute should be easier to spot all this shit. This is a perfect example. This is a exact example of the difference between the two. Clearly we're bearish right here, right? We break structure to the downside with this candlestick, right? We get a break below. Do we get a market structure shift? No, we never do. We never get a market structure shift. Because what low would we have to break? It would be this low. We never got to this low. Because remember, it needs to be the swing low to the swing high. Now, so we do break structure to the downside, right? We never break structure. We never get a market structure shift to the downside, though. And then clearly we switch to a bullish trend, right? So at this point right here, where would our break of structure be? Right? It's the most recent low or most recent high. So it'd be right here, right? Because we get a bullish and this is a bearish and a bullish candle, right? Which means we break structure with this candlestick right here. Where would our market structure shift be, though? I'll give you all a sec. It's right here. We don't get a market structure shift until this candle. So you would, in fact, get a later entry But market structure shifts are more valid. Like I said, clearly we broke structure here down to the downside, right? And we immediately we go back up, right? And we clearly don't get a market structure shift to the downside too. So, all right, this is a good example too. So we're bullish, right? Some chop work, right? Chop work. We don't break anything. We're still in bullish trend this whole time. We're still in bullish. We never break a low, blah blah blah. Still bullish. Even still bullish right here. We're even still bullish right here. We actually don't unfortunately, we break structure and get a market structure shift with the same candle. So you can see our most recent low would be right here. So this, if we get a break under this low, this would be a break of structure, and our swing low would be right here, which we also get with the same candle. So doesn't really matter. I thought it looked a little different, but let's go to another day. Damn. All right. Oh shit, I can't. Well, let me go back this far. Or am I just tweaking? Or are we just all the way up? Oh, we're just all the way up here. Holy chop work. All right. So we're in a downtrend here, right? Where? Oh, fuck. It fucking happens again. Okay, I'll give you all a second. So we're bearish right here, and then we break structure, right? And we have bullish trend, right? I'll give you all a second. Just point out with your fucking fingers on the screen what high would you need to break for it to be a break of structure, and what high would you need to break for it to be a market structure shift, and what candle broke that high. All right, break of structure, most recent high, bang, that wick. Where's our swing high, which means our market structure shift? This swing high. And we can see this candle breaks both. So this candle would be a break of structure and a market structure shift at the same time. You could easily use this, wait for a little pullback, entered, bang. All right, we'll switch now. Oh shit. Oh fuck, I clicked reset chart view, not. All right, this day should be fun. All right, so we can see here, we're bullish and then we're bearish. So within this area, right, we go from bullish structure to bearish structure. I want you guys to go ahead one more time, point out the low, right? That would mean that we got a break of structure to the downside, and then point out the swing low. That would have meant that we got a market structure shift. I'll give you all a second. Okay. Our break of structure would be off this low. This is our most recent low because we see a bullish and a bearish candle. We get a break with this candlestick right here. Where's our swing low? These lows. And that doesn't get broken until the next candle. So this is what I was saying with a market structure shift happens later, but it is a stronger confluence. It's stronger than a break of structure. A break of structure happens hella. A market structure shift is less. But when it happens for the majority, it's more right for the most part. Trying to find a good example. All right, here. This one's fine. We're in bullish structure. And then we go to a bearish downtrend. What is the most recent low that we would need to break for us to get a break of structure? It's this low because you see bearish, bullish candle, and we get a break with this candle. What low would we need to break for it to be a market structure shift? Give you a second. and it's this low, which is literally at the same fucking spot. So we also got a breaker structure and a market structure shift with the same candle, which is this. So this would be a fucking W time to take a trade. We got a breaker structure and market structure shift at the same time. Enter, stop loss at the highs. We can just do those highs. Target, most recent drawn liquidity, or these equal lows, relative equal lows. Fucking 4RR, and like this is the 3 minutes, so this would be like fucking 15 minutes. So this is a good example. So here we break structure to the upside, actually, right? With this candlestick, this is our most recent high. We break structure. Do we get a market structure shift? No, because unfortunately our swing high is all the way fucking up here, so we never get a market structure shift. But then we start seeing bearish order flow. Where's our breaker structure? Where would that be? Give you all a second. It's this low right here, so we break a structure with this candlestick. Where would our market structure shift be? The swing low, which would be this right here, which we don't get till this candle. So could have waited for the market structure shift, entered off that, stop loss at the highs, target, drawn liquidity. And literally 9 minutes, you would have hit all full TP. Let's do one more, and then we'll call it a day because it is very similar. I want to do one more good example though. All right, this is a good one. So we're in bearish trend right here. Some chop work, and then we're bullish. Okay. Within this area, where's our breaker structure? Where would it be? Where did we break structure to the upside? Give me a second. We break structure to the upside with this most recent high. So we break structure with this candlestick right here. Where is our market structure shift though? It's the swing high, which would be this high, which we get with this candlestick. So you can see a breaker structure does help you get your entry faster. But once again, it's a less of a strong confluence. So who knows, you might have got stopped out. Clearly this fucking worked, but I could show you millions of times where it wouldn't have worked. A market structure shift is just stronger and more reliable, but sometimes it does give you a worse entry and you have to wait longer for it. So it also could not be the best. Just depends on your model and what you want. Trying to think, that's really it. Market structure shift means you need to get a candle close or a break of the swing high or swing low, while a break of structure is the most recent high or low. That's really the difference. Like I said, break of structure happens a lot. Just it's like a 1 minute type thing. Just make sure you're in bullish or bearish structure, whichever you're trading. For market structure shift, it really depends on your model. Because it is a stronger confluence. It's like that type of confluence. It's like a stronger confluence where it's like, okay, I want to see us invalidate this fair value gap. It's kind of like that type of confluence. While a break of structure, it's just like, okay, it's a 1 minute, like, let me get this on the 1 minute and then I'll enter type of thing. So yeah, that's really it about a market structure shift. I use them. I fuck with them. And you guys should too. It's a pretty good confluence. But yeah, hope that helped. And yeah, that's really it. If y'all have any questions, DM me though. I got y'all. Peace.